Some people believe Donald Trump and many of his supporters are a
basket of deplorables.
Even after nearly being assassinated, many of his detractors continue with their unhinged rhetoric.
It's been only 2 days since somebody allegedly tried to kill Donald Trump again. And you're here at the podium in the White House briefing room calling him a threat. How many more assassination attempts on Donald Trump until the president and the vice president and you pick a different word to describe Trump other than threat?
Peter, if anything from this administration, I actually completely disagree with the premise of your question, the question that you're asking. It is also incredibly dangerous in the way that you're asking it, because American people are watching. And to say that from an administration who has consistently condemned political violence.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
From an administration where the president called the former president and was thankful, grateful that he was okay. From an administration who has called out January 6th, called out the attack of Paul Pelosi. You had more than 2,000 people who were told to go to the Capitol.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
It was one of the darkest days of our democracy. One of the darkest days. There were people law enforcement officers who died because of what happened at the Capitol. And they were there because the former president told them to go there. I mean, I don't know if that's not a threat in our democracy when it was one of the darkest days of our democracy, January 6th, one of the darkest days.
Recently, Kamala visited Nevada, and purely out of coincidence, somebody erected this. A 43-foot naked effigy of Donald Trump. How much work and coordination did that take? Now you might be wondering, why would Democrats build such a thing? And of course, I have the answer.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
Senators will have to decide if they believe Donald John Trump incited the erection against the United States.
But let's not use that as a smokescreen to somehow shield Donald Trump's culpability into inciting an insurrection, which he did,